Okay, so it seems like you guys really ready for this session training. All right, if you're ready, please give a big applause and type 8989 to send him some love and give him a prod and welcome him to training us. Okay, Dr. Aaron, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to meet you in Zoom meeting again today. Sorry, Sang, I want to load my picture.
Please share your. All right, please turn off your microphone. Please mute your microphone because we are in the training session right now. So this won't be interrupt our guest speaker and another audience. Thank you. Thank you. Right now we have 14 users online with us, and then it's really all right. So Aaron, he will be planning the slide and the picture right now. So today we have the session training about our product, the super antioxidant food blend reserve. That is, our product is like a 100 natural and work is got it from the food. All right, so he ready. Okay, go on.
Okay, I'm Dr. Aaron. I'm working as a psychiatrist and I'm working in Jeunesse for 4 years. So it's time for India also to learn more about the products. And just one product, 4 supplements launched in India. I think maybe the next will come soon, especially Vidacell or some Revita Blue is a new product from Jeunesse, just launched in Malaysia last year. No, last year. On February this year, and will be launched in Thailand maybe in this September in Expo 9. Okay. Me and Sarah also, we just finished the meeting in Muang Thong Convention Center for today, Saturday and Sunday. So it's very busy. And we just came back from Muang Thong. So it's time for the meeting. And today, if anyone have any questions, please type and in the chat box. I have my upline, Mr. Wu. He's our upline and he out of the business after 1 month. After 1 month, I worked in Jeunesse. So I have my upper and upline, our Ruby director, Mr. Vitya Angsuwan, and our youngest diamond director in Jeunesse, Mr. Paul Spanyavat is just 31 years old, and he's very, very powerful leaders right now in Thailand. We work with him and with our Ruby directors. So today I want to talk about reserves just launched in India, and I think everyone have taken these products for some periods, and you know many things change within you. Reserves is a major ingredient is the resveratrol. These long stories come from French paradox. There are observations that French people live longer than American people, and a low incidence of cardiovascular disease, such as heart attacks. And one professor from Harvard University, Dr. David Sinclair, he studied a lot about this, and he discovered that French people drink a lot of red wine, and in the laboratory techniques discover the major ingredients in red wine we call resveratrol. So many brands of red wines and contains difference of resveratrol, but approximately 1 bottle of red wine contains 1 milligram of resveratrol. So our reserves, you know how much in the package, on the package is labeled in the box that 1 sachet of reserves contains 75 milligrams. But in laboratory ABC testing, it shows up that total resveratrol 186 milligrams is why that? Because there are many food ingredients, 8 fruits, cherry, aloe vera, pomegranate, green tea, grape seeds, blueberry, acai, and grape juice. This also contains polyphenols, and resveratrol is one of the polyphenols. So that's why when test in the ABC testing, it showed that total resveratrol in 1 sachet of reserves contain resveratrol 186, but in the factory they put only 75 milligram of resveratrol in 1 sachet. That means many resveratrol from many fruits components is will synergistic works and show up in the ABC testing that 186 milligrams. And this is a CAP-E test to show that normally they use RAC testing for antioxidants, but our advanced test, we use CAP-E test to test that the reserves can penetrate the cells and protect the live cells from any oxidation, from any oxidative damage. And it showed us the 37.1 microgram a unit, micro unit per ml. This figure is very higher than normal standards. So it shows that our reserves is very, very effective when we take not only resveratrol in reserve, there are the compound of polyphenols and anthocyanins. This is many ingredients for antioxidants, but resveratrol is the major ingredients. It is for antioxidation. You know, oxidation process is the process to cause our cells damage and make the people aging. Every day and every time, every single minute, there are several hundred thousands times of DNA damage because of a free radical is the byproduct of our metabolisms. So every single minute, our DNA is damaged. Normally, we have in-house antioxidants. For example, glutathione, SOD, many antioxidants, but I think right now there are many pollutions, many toxic substances from fruit, from any fruits, from any vegetables. So in normal life, we are exposed to so much pollution, so much free radicals. Free radicals is make oxidative process. It's like a rust on the steel or any apple when it's break, which show brown after 1 minute or 5 minutes because of its exposed to oxygen. Normally, oxygen is necessary for our cells metabolisms, but it also produce free radicals 1 or 2% in the metabolism byproducts. And the major functions of resveratrol is activating certain genes. It's like calorie restrictions mimetic. It means that when you in the process of starvation, no foods, in some periods, you have a calorie restriction. So this genes is activated. As one doctor from Japan, he wrote one book. The more you starve, the more you look young, something like that. This doctor in Japan, he have 1 meal per day. So he looked younger compared to his real age. From the study, it showed that resveratrol is activated certain genes is mimic calorie restrictions. Normally, our genes working as 10% of the total genes in our cells. One of these genes is sleeping. Certain genes also sleeping. We call inactive genes. It functions only when we expose to resveratrol or in a state of starvation. once it's activated, we call certain genes. It functions as survival genes to protect our cells. And once this gene is activated, it activates our cells to produce enzymes. We call search enzymes, SIRT1 enzymes or proteins. And these enzymes go through every organs of the bodies to function, to protect, to repair our DNA. And it's also protects our organs, neuroprotection, cardioprotections, and every organs, and improve metabolisms. For these functions, we can you can search in any Google to search. Sorry. About the research related to resveratrol. For example, it's increased energy availability in the muscle, improve muscle strength, reduce muscle fatigue because of its improved mitochondria functions. This like one of our products, Vida cells, but not just launched in India. For any cases of cardiovascular disease, in the clinical study, it showed that resveratrol reduce C-reactive proteins. This protein is related to inflammatory process. Any cardiovascular disease is connecting to inflammations. So resveratrol have anti-inflammatory effects. You can take to prevent any cardiovascular disease, or in some patients with cardiovascular disease can improve also. But we can't recommend that reserve is a drug. It's not a drug. Many doctors, most of the doctors, they study from a Western medical knowledge. They have against any food supplements, and they don't know about resveratrol. They don't want to study about any food supplement to improve functions or improve any disease in patients. So if we recommend our food supplement working as a drug, I think they will against strongly and don't accept any knowledge about food supplements. So if you introduce the product to your prospect, don't mention this food supplement as a drug. Just tell them directly, this is our food supplements and how it works. If you have any disease, any illness, you choose to take the medications along with our food supplement. And when your conditions improve, you can reduce the doses of the drugs. And some patients can stop using any medications, just taking food supplements alone. And this is our purpose of youth enhancement system. We need every people don't depend on any medications. Just improve your lifestyle, and you can take food supplement to prevent any disease, any chronic disease, or you have any chronic disease, you can improve and stop medications. If you can't stop the medications, you can take along with our food supplement, and you improve the physical conditions also. So any normal patient or any normal people, you can take reserves to prevent any cardiovascular disease. And in clinical study, resveratrol also improve focus and memory. So this is the good thing for us to take in the long term to prevent any dementia. For example, Alzheimer's disease. In clinical research, some studies show that resveratrol promote clearance of amyloid plaques. What is this? Amyloid plaques is the plaque or some research show that in Alzheimer's disease, these plaques is in the cellular brain, just only for Alzheimer's disease. And after taking resveratrol for some periods, the conditions of these patients is improved. On blood pressure, many patients are taking antihypertensive drugs. If you introduce reserve for these patients, you have to tell them to take reserves along with this their antihypertensive drugs, and monitor the blood pressure constantly. If the blood pressures lower to a normal figures, you can reduce the doses of antihypertensive drugs. Don't stop immediately, because any long-term drugs, when you stop, the conditions may be something severe than maybe worse to the conditions to admit in the hospitals. Maybe some patients have high blood pressures immediately if you stop antihypertensive drugs. So you introduce reserve to any patients with high blood pressures. After for 1 month, 2 months, you monitor blood pressure constantly, and the blood pressures are lower to normal. You can lower the doses of the drugs also. And any fat people, resveratrol can reduce weight because it's suppress or reduce adipocytes or fat cells. But we can't recommend this is for fat loss or weight loss food supplements. You have to advise them to have a regular exercise and control diet to improve any diet schedules or any details about what you have to eat, what you have to avoid, or some things. And we can use with our one of supplements we call Zen bodies, maybe launched in India in this November. Zen body. And any patients with diabetic resveratrol can normalize blood sugar. In any clinical studies, show that insulin sensitivity reduce, maybe because of resveratrol reduce oxidative stress and activates the AKT pathway of diabetes. So it's normalized blood sugar by this way. And another functions of resveratrol is improve or repair DNA in pancreatic beta cells. So after the cellular functions is improved, it can produce more insulin to the bloodstream and normalize blood pressure. And certain enzymes also functions along with insulin to take blood sugar go through the cells. So this is another pathway to reduce blood sugar. If your diabetic patients take reserves, you have to monitor blood sugar constantly and in a close observations. Some patients, the blood sugars decrease and they have some symptoms such as fainting or maybe fall and admit in hospitals. I think you should to advise and observe closely to this type of patients, any diabetic patients. Okay, for some cases in Thailand, maybe I take some to show you. This is for our teacher in Korat. Maybe she is 50 or more than 50 years old. She had stroke and admitted in the hospital. Her student introduced reserve, and after 4 or 5 months, taking along with Finity, her conditions became normal, and she became a distributor. And this guy, hypertension, heart attack, DM, diabetes, cholesterol, high cholesterol. Reserve also improve lipid metabolisms, is also reduce cholesterol and improve lipid metabolisms. It's lower LDL and increase HDL. This guy also have prostate gland hypertrophy or prostate gland enlargement in aging male patients. Also, every males have to face these conditions when you become age. So after taking Finity and reserves for 6 months, the doctor can remove catheter from his bladder and he can pass urine by himself. So his condition is very healthy right now. And this lady is bedridden, staying on bed for 2 years from any chronic disease or any malnutrition or something, I don't know. But after 1 week of reserve, she looked fresh and can get up like these conditions. This is our distributor. Means have hypertension for 2 years. With any hypertensive drugs, it's not improved. Just 41 years old. After reserve for 1 month, the blood pressures became to normal levels. He also decided to become a distributor. And any arthritis, for example, osteoarthritis, the aging process of any joints or any the aging patients, they have arthritis. The arthritis of the knee joints we call osteoarthritis, because resveratrol has anti-inflammatory effects, so it will improve any arthritis. Also in rheumatoid arthritis, any conditions of SLE, the SLE patients have multiple symptoms and multiple involvements of organs. So joints is one of the target of SLE. Also improve because resveratrol also improve any immune functions of the body. Okay, this is diabetes patients. This is a Singapore patients. We have autoimmune disease like SLE, but this guy have multiple sclerosis. His immunity destroy his nerve cells. So the worst conditions, he got paralysis. He can walk the wheelchair bound and blind on one side, one eye, and have multiple disabilities. After taking reserves, I think 2 months or 3 months, his conditions improved. After that, he decided to join as a distributor. This guy, Taiwan patients with Parkinson's disease. This is involved in the brain. We call substantia nigra. It's a part of brain related to any movements of the bodies. So in any Parkinson's disease, they have a shaking and can't walk normally. These conditions is like any box, any brain injury in adolescence, but when they become age, these areas damage will show up and have a Parkinson's disease. So this guy, 75 years old, his conditions before taking reserves, he have to walk with any walker, any assistance. So after 2 months of reserve, he can walk well without any assistance. This is for body weight and lose weight. Singapore patients, diabetic patients in Taiwan. This is cardiovascular conditions. Okay, Beatrice, I will tell you later about the doses. This guy, 36 years old, he have a heart attack at his because he's very stressed from his work. He is a manager of 6 factories in Bangkok. So he have a heart attack, and after checking in cardiovascular unit, we found that 6 vessels in his heart was obstructed. So you have to admit it in the CCU, intensive cardio unit care, 9 times in a year. And this is show that his cardio vessels is obstructed. The last time of admission, he ran away from the hospital, and he is my guest in my house to tell his story last 2 years. After 2 weeks of reserves, just 1 sachet, he told me his condition is very good, and he threw the medications away. Just take its reserves only. Right now, he's very strong. And this guy with leukemia, resveratrol can suppress any tumor. With any mechanisms. Some studies show that it has an anti-angiogenic effect. It means that when you have a cancer or tumor, they also have their own blood supplies to the tumor cells. Anti-angiogenic effect is mean that resveratrol function as something to cut blood supply to the tumor cells or cancer cells, and the volumes of the tumor will decrease, and the body or the physical immunity also works synergistically with resveratrol to get rid of the tumors. Some patients with gastric tumor or cancer from Japan last year, she was diagnosed as a cancer in the stomach, stage 3 or 2. I'm not sure. the doctor introduced her to have chemotherapy. So she denied and she went back to Thailand. And her friend introduced reserve to her. After taking 6 months, she go back to Japan and to help check up with the same doctors. And after check up, they found that the tumor was clear, not found anymore. This is a very, very good patients who take the results. And this guy was diagnosed as leukemia. It is a carcinoma of white blood cells. You know, leukemia is a very serious cancer. Most of the patients, 90%, die within 1 year. And he got a chemotherapy. His body weak and worsened. And after discharge from the hospital, his friend introduced reserves to him. So right now, 2 years, taking reserves for 2 years. He went back to his doctor to check, to take the blood and check and not found any carcinoma cells in his blood. It's very good, very strong right now. Okay, this is my dog, 11 years, maybe 90 or 100 years compared to humans. And one day afternoon, I saw her these conditions, and urine and feces on the floor, stay still like this. I call her name, and she responds with her tails shaking, and I think maybe I have to help her by reserve. I use syringe to draw the reserve and put in her mouth. This picture 3 days after at the first size. So her condition is very improved from 90%. She walked well and stayed for 1 year long, and after that she passed away. I think this is the acute conditions, immediate, and help her at the first size is acute and can help her immediately. So any children, any pregnancies can take reserve. Anyone, from dog to human or cats. Maybe you sponsor an animal doctor. Okay, I missed something. This one. Reserves is gel, liquid forms. There are many brands of resveratrol in the market. Most of them in a capsule, but our reserves in liquid or gel forms because it's improved bioavailable. It's easy to absorb in the mucosas, oral mucosas, 200 times compared to encapsulated or capsule forms. And after taking 2 or 3 weeks, the anti-aging benefits to get the anti-aging benefits. For the first week, overall wellness improve. You can feel it. It can absorb in the body, especially in the oral mucosa within minutes and directly to the bloodstream, because our oral mucosas have so much blood supply from the tiny blood vessel we call capillaries, absorbs resveratrol directly to the bloodstream and affect to any organs in the body. But if you take capsules resveratrol, it have to break down and go through liver, maybe metabolized by the liver. So the liquid form is the best. Okay, go through the questions. Mr. Sanjeev Roy, research can be recommended for diabetic patients. Yes, it's better for type 2 DM or diabetic patients. For the type 1, it's a genetic diabetic conditions. You can try, but some patients respond well, some not. Is reserve also good for polymyalgia rheumatics? Yes, of course. This polymyalgia rheumatics is conditions of immunity. It's some kind of autoimmune disease. I think it's depend on how long these conditions, which age. You can try 1 to 2 sachets at the first time, but maybe some patients in Thailand, they start at 2 or 3 or 4 sachets for a day, and the conditions improve very fast. I think you have to try. Every people don't respond in the same, is not the same level for every people. Maybe some respond well, some slow, and some not well. You can try, because in the physical conditions or in any metabolisms may be different from people to people. So the doses which have to take. Dr. William M. Slacks, he recommend 1 to 3 sachets a day in normal people, but in any serious conditions, maybe try more. For example, our double diamond from Taiwan, he got diagnosed at cancer, and the doctor says he have to be die or pass away within 6 months. So it takes 6 to 8 sachets a day. Right now, maybe 10 years. It's very strong. Does reserve help in curing pancreatitis? Pancreatitis, you have to investigate what is the cause, what is the exact causes of these conditions. Some patients have infections, so you have to treat any direct causes first, and you can take reserves also to improve the whole body's conditions and to repair DNAs in the pancreas, and it will improve and respond well to the drugs from the doctors. Does research increase fertility of women? Please tell about its benefits in women's health. Fertility of the women is also have many causes why these ladies have infertile, difficult to have a baby. You have to go to check up with the husband and wife couple to check both, because maybe the causes in the man, not women. But in any conditions, you may try first. In Thailand, one of my teams, she took A4, just a local product, Jeunesse local product in Thailand. Yeah, is from Advantage Pro, A4 and reserves. After that 2 months, she got baby. Right now, she is pregnant. So we can't recommend for every infertile woman. And okay, any questions else? Sorry for today's, we have a long meeting Saturday and Sunday. You can unmute microphone and share or discuss with me. Thank you.
Guys, do you have any question, or do you have experience that you impressed with the product you can share with us right now? You can unmute your microphone and share, or you have any question, you can ask Dr. Aaron directly.
Our Yes product, Youth Enhancement System, working outside in from the skincare and inside out from food supplement. Reserves or resveratrol also improve our skin conditions, maybe reduce wrinkles for a long time of taking reserve. I think as our Diamond Irene, she also mentioned this in the last meeting in New Delhi. And many clinical studies also show that the skin conditions is also improved. Any wrinkle or any pigmentations also, that's show that our food supplements can make you look younger from inside out, from inside internal organs or physical organs, any conditions inside our body and out to our skin. If you use any skincare, you can look younger from outside, but your internal organs may be in serious conditions compared to it. So it's very effective system of Yes to make you look younger and look healthier, live longer from outside in and inside out. Okay.
Ashwani, do you want to say something?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Hello, Dr. Aaron. I'm Vinita.
Nice to hear you again.
Same here. It's a pleasure hearing you.
Okay, any questions,
You
Vanita?
have always explained everything so well. Since the beginning, I've been, I have really followed everything you said, and thank you so much for it, for your guidance. This reserve has also helped me a lot. I would like to share it.
How long? How long you take reserve?
It's 2 months.
Great.
It's 2 months now, and I take it regularly. My family takes it regularly. Everybody in the family takes it, and the best part is that the immunity level has increased. My body is reacting in a better manner. It's more active. I walk maybe 8 kilometers a day as
Wow.
my exercise regime since I have started taking this. Earlier, I would not be able to, or maybe, your body doesn't allow you to walk that much. And still, I don't get tired. It's too good a product. I even gave it to my mother when she used to get up in the mornings. She used to have very stiff hands. The fingers would be very stiff, and she would have a lot of pain. She is now 70, and initially she did not take it, truly speaking. I told her consult a doctor. She did. She asked two of her doctors, and both of them told her to go ahead with it. And she took it, and it's only 20 days she has been on it, and she's already feeling the difference.
Wow, wow.
Yes,
Oh,
and she's so happy with it, and she would not leave it. And she's not taking too many. She's just taking one sachet. So now, when I heard the dosage, so if she would be taking more, it would really affect her in a more better manner, I feel.
yeah, maybe
She's just
2 sachets a day.
Yeah, she's just taking one, and still she is feeling better. So it's really a nice product.
She also have a diabetes.
No, she doesn't have diabetes, but yes, she has a lot of bones issues, lot of pains and aches due to maybe aging. So she has high BP, which I will tell her. I really didn't ask her for her, how she's about the BP, but she said it's come out to be normal. So I'm very happy with the product. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Vanita.
Thank you.
Some clinical study show that resveratrol maybe decrease bone loss in the patients. I think
Yes.
it's maybe good conditions for any aging patients.
Yes.
Okay.
It's really good. It's really good. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanita.
Yes.
Anyone want to share else? If you have any cases and want to consult any supplement or any connection or any advice for them for your prospects, maybe you can ask me in the WhatsApp group later. In any times, I will answer for you.
Oh, okay. Can I ask one more question, Dr. Aaron?
Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Aaron, okay, let's put it like this. Can we have this on empty stomach or no? Because I read it somewhere that resveratrol sometimes causes acidity in certain patients.
No,
No.
that doesn't have any effect on acidity or
Okay.
any conditions in the stomach. because
Okay.
The acidity in the stomach, pH 2 or 3 is a very strong acidity.
Okay.
Reserves doesn't have any effect on acidity.
Okay. So in any age group, we can have it on empty stomach?
Yeah, you can keep any problems in any patients you ask me?
No, I just read it somewhere, so I really was not sure whether it was okay or correct in reserve, or how I should go about it. So I just need to ask.
You can give reserves to any age, because
Any age
it's done
in empty stomach.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Welcome. Any questions else?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hello, Dr. Aaron. Thank you for the nice explanation. Actually, my family, almost every member of my family is taking, and they have got benefits and I would like to share experience of my father. My father has got a high level of cholesterol. After 2 months of taking this reserve, his cholesterol level significantly lowered. Then this is good. One of my good findings from my personal experience.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
Thank you, Dr. Sam.
Yeah, nice meeting you here once again.
See you in Expo 9 in September, Bangkok.
Yeah, actually, I would like to come personally, but due to my certain pre-engagements, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able.
Okay,
Sorry.
Okay. Anytime convenient for
But
you,
anyway,
please come to Bangkok again to discuss, and maybe I will go to New Delhi. We can meet in New Delhi.
Sure. I will definitely try to come to Bangkok.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Do you have you guys have any question or want to share more experience about our products reserve?
I think you may try in the children who have any ADHD, high hyperactivity, or any brains related conditions. For example, any retardation, any mental retardation, MR, something in the children may be improved also, I think. And you can collect this testimonials to show in your profile when you share to the new prospects, and share in the groups also. If you introduce reserves to any your prospects and improve, please share your testimonials in the groups. Thank you.
All right.
No, just one. On this, I would like to speak something.
Okay.
For the children, as Dr. Aaron you just said, if they have this brain-related disorders or retardation, so then in that case, the dosage is never mentioned in a testimonial. They always say we took reserve, but the dosage is a little problem here. We really don't know how to go about that for the children.
For little children, maybe
Yes.
1, 2, or 3 years, you can give them a half sachets a day. But when you open the sachets, it's easy to oxidize, and the condition is not good in the rest of that sachet. Maybe you have to protect strictly and keep it in the refrigerators. And,
so we can seal it and keep it. We can seal it and keep it?
Yeah, keep in the refrigerators.
Okay.
And maybe some children have a severe condition. You can let them to have one sachet a day. If
Okay.
1 week or 2 weeks, the conditions improve, you can try more. And when the conditions stable, you can reduce to 1 sachet a day or something.
Okay.
It's maybe you can try. We don't know anyone respond for any doses. Just try
Okay.
and you can consult me in a close observations. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So that was it. Anyone want to share? Okay. Dr. Sam said, can we recommend reserve for children below 3 years old?
3.
Yes, you can give reserves to anyone below 3 or in any pregnancy also. You can give reserve to her.
Huh?
The
Oh.
conditions, I think, is good to prepare the baby when the mother during pregnancy periods. There's no age limit. Thank you. Go ahead, Sang. I think it's Palm.
All right, so that's what's it for today's session. So we have learned a lot about amazing products reserve because of it is improved so much about our health. So that's why the French people, they live longer because of the resveratrol. Even they can repair the DNA, protect the organ, improve metabolism, increase energy to mitochondria, and reserve can prevent the cardiovascular disease by reduce the C-reactive protein, and normal people can take reserve to prevent the cardiovascular disease as well. So, and also it can improve. Okay, Prerna, you want to say something?
Yeah. Hello, Dr. Aaron, Sang, and everyone. I have one view about this that you have said once you have opened this resveratrol pouch, it can be used once again after it is sealed. But according to me, as I have learned, I am a science student, chemistry scholar. According to me, once it is open, it will get oxidized. It should not be used after once opened. Like when we cut an apple, it gets oxidized. It comes in contact with the oxygen, with the air, it gets oxidized. This is the again the way when we open the sachet of resveratrol or reserve, it will get oxidized. According to me, it should not be used after it is once opened. It cannot be used after 3 or 4 hours. It should be consumed once opened. Like when we use red wine, it is told that once it is opened, it should be consumed at the same time. It cannot be used again. It gets damaged, it gets oxidized because it has a strong antioxidant in it, that is resveratrol. What do you suggest, Dr. Aaron?
Thank you, Brina. Actually, when you open the sachets, you have to take within 5 minutes. After that, it will be oxidized and degrade. I think in some family they have little money. Once you open the sachets, you can close strictly and to let it not exposed to any air, and close and put it in the refrigerators. For any family who have in the poor condition or don't have so much money, but they have a trouble in any disease. Okay. Thank you, Brina, for raise this about how easily it's oxidized when the open side chains. Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's finish the session, and that was great. That's really informative information from Dr. Aaron. He was prepared very well for us to understand more about the reserve. And if you want the slide for today's presentation, you can ask him directly to send it to you. And yeah, so if you have your friend who have this kind of disease that he also said in the presentation, you can go to meet your friend and share this information with your friend, and maybe you can have one person life feel better by maybe they're suffering from this kind of disease, and then you help them to make them normal and happier and live longer. So that is how we share the products to your friends, right? And okay, so Dr. Aaron, I would like to share some things. Thank you. Okay, so please don't forget, tomorrow we have really exciting meeting with our top leader, Kim Hui, the presidential diamond director, tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. And this is the Zoom meeting ID. So let's hear her vision, and maybe she will share how she actually really high in this business. Right now, she's number one top leader, top earner in the network marketing right now. She earned like a 850,000 US dollar a month. So there's no reason for you to miss this meeting tomorrow. All right, so don't forget that. And all right, that was it. And please, I would like you to learn this, and if you have any question, you can ask in the WhatsApp. And I hope to see you again next week, or maybe tomorrow, because we have the meeting with Kim Hui. All right, so don't miss the session, and I hope you have a really good weekend and the good night. All right, so
Yeah.
bye bye.
Thank you, Sang. Thank you so much.
See you at the top.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Dr. Aaron. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Sang.
Good night.